calling. I said I love you forever. We can make it together. What goes up must come down. There's lots of friendly faces all around, and nothing's ever lifting me higher than a touch of your sweet desire. What we're all built in right. We just have to hold on through the night. As long as we are watching the fire, we'll be safe from the devil's choir.
Alright, good morning from San Diego, y'all. It's already 10:30. I was in the jacuzzi for like an hour straight, but now the morning routine is done, so I'm thinking of going downstairs to the hotel lobby to get some work done. And also, I need to explain to y'all why we were here in the first place, so let's talk about it. So yeah, I came here on a work trip. I think they call them on-sites in the corporate world. Basically, it's just presentations about what different teams are working on and figuring out how we could improve as a group, etc. Also, you get to meet a lot of your co-workers you wouldn't otherwise see because they live overseas. But I feel like I'm walking away with a lot more, I guess, domain knowledge, which is super important because even if you're good at programming, it doesn't really matter unless you know the systems that you're building. And the on-site lasted for a few days, but I ended up staying a little bit longer just so I can explore the city and stuff. I also started to work on some editing stuff, and in my previous videos I've been trying to showcase more behind the scenes editing, which is why I was super hyped to partner up with CapCut for this video. If you don't know, CapCut is a free to download editing software that's available for both PC and mobile, which is super cool because it lowers the barrier to entry when it comes to editing. Also, the fact that it works on mobile is a game changer because you can quickly edit videos on the go without having to whip out your laptop. CapCut has a huge library of different effects, filters, transitions, and even stock footage that you can use for your videos. And trust me when I say that this being built into the software saves a lot of time. Now, when I start editing, the first thing I do is remove all the unwanted parts, like stutters and silent parts from the talking clips. For this, you can use CapCut's AI feature that scans the clip and removes any repeated parts, pauses, etc. This speeds you up a ton and you get a nice base to work on. Then sometimes I like to add captions, for which CapCut also has an AI feature to auto-generate the captions. This again is gonna speed you up a lot because making these by hand would literally take forever. And as you can see, the footage looks very grayed out, and that's because I record in log format. To make the footage look normal, I add something called a LUT, which is basically just a fancy way of saying a filter. CapCut also provides filters you can use to achieve a cinematic look to your video. Then from there I just go clip by clip and tweak the exposure, highlights, shadows and saturation a little bit. Next is my favorite part. I add some music and sync the clips with the music. This is always so satisfying and never gets old. After all that's done, I add some B-roll clips over the A-roll. This helps to keep the viewer more engaged into the video, and it's a good way to draw more attention to some of the things that I talk about in the video. When it comes to B-roll, you can of course record your own, which again is a lot of work, or you can just use the stock footage that CapCut provides. So yeah, that's a breakdown on how I approach video editing. The process is pretty simple, especially with a software like CapCut, but you just gotta practice and eventually you'll start to find your own style and flow. With that said, if you're looking to make your content creation journey easier, make sure to check out CapCut with the first link in the description. And a big shout out to CapCut for lowering the barrier to entry for new creators and sponsoring the video. Now after a few hours of working, I started to feel super hungry because I've fasted until now. So I decided to book an Uber to the city and go look for some lunch. people kept recommending this taco spot to me, so of course we had to go check it out. And since we're in California, of course we had to go with the California burrito. Gotta say, this was easily the best burrito I ever had in my life, and for Cali prices it was actually cheap as well, only $10.90. Also, while I was eating, I noticed there's a WeWork right across the street, so I wanted to go check it out and work a little bit on my personal website that you all saw in the last video. I've really been wanting to add some animations to the site because it felt a bit boring, and for a while I kept bouncing back and forth on whether I should make the animations from scratch, but being completely honest, I just couldn't be asked, so I decided to go with Framer Motion for the animations. And this isn't sponsored, but it's basically an animations library, and all you gotta do is wrap your components in these motion components, and then you can easily create animations for your site. Now, I didn't want to go too overboard with the animations. At least me personally, I get sick at looking at an app if there's too much motion going on, so I gotta find the right balance here. I know some of you will absolutely hate me for this take, but man, coding with AI is so much fun, especially when you're building something that you're actually interested in building and you have a clear reason as to why you're building the thing. But even just Copilot speeds you up so much, it's actually wild. Now, I need to give a cursor a proper shot here soon and dig deeper into that. Of course, even with these AI tools, you still kinda have to know what you're doing, but picking up new tools is so much easier nowadays compared to even just 5 years ago when I started. And I get that it can feel scary and change always does, but the possibilities for one-man armies are so crazy now. The only thing I'm missing is a good product idea. Around 4 PM I decided that I had enough work for the day and wanted to go explore the city a little bit more. You know, coming from small Helsinki, this feels crazy walking around the streets in the US, and it's actually quite funny seeing all the brand logos in person that I'm used to only seeing on YouTube. Like for US folks it's normal that there's a Chipotle on the street, but for EU folks we've never seen that in real life. Only through YouTube basically. So yeah, safe to say I was pretty excited walking around the city. This was a proper side quest. I feel like there's actually a lot you can learn just by traveling. Y'all, ain't gonna lie, last night when I got back from the downtown area to my hotel room, I was supposed to meet up with my teammates for a dinner and some drinks, but as soon as I laid down on my bed, my body just said no, and basically I instantly crashed. But now we're back in the game. San Diego is so beautiful. The sunset looks amazing, and look at the city behind me. The energy in the United States is just way higher than in Finland. I don't know how to explain, but everybody got big dreams. Everything is bigger in general. Of course, the prices are bigger as well. You know, I reserved $500 of my own cash for this trip, and basically for $500 you can get a burrito with a side of chips, and maybe they'll throw in a Diet Coke as well if they're feeling nice. So that $500 ran out real fast. No, but on a real note, if you're coming to the US, then reserve at least double on what you initially intend to spend, just to be safe. Tonight I might link up with my teammates, but there's a crazy UFC event coming up, UFC 313. I want to see Pereira fight, so I'm not sure if I'll go. I have to say I'm excited to get back to Finland. My routine here has been terrible. As you can see, I've gotten a little bit more acne on my face than usual. That's because, bro, I haven't found one like a healthy restaurant. And there's no way I'm cooking here. I don't even think my hotel room has a stove or anything, so I've just been eating out burgers, tacos. Oh, the tacos, they're good. The tacos, they're amazing, so I don't regret eating the tacos. At this point I was so excited to watch the UFC event in the bar, but they did me hella dirty. They only played the prelims, so I grabbed some food and went to my hotel room to watch the fights. For the first time in my life, a UFC event aired at a normal time for me, and the main card was insanely good. Gaethje secured the W as well. good way to bounce back from the KO. But I gotta be honest, the main event was a proper snooze fest, and on top of that Pereira got the L, so was not a great ending to the night if I'm being completely honest with y'all. But yeah, this is what a day in my life looked like in San Diego. If you like this type of content, then please subscribe. We're so close to the 100,000 mark. I can almost feel the plaque in my hand already. And I'll see you in the next one.